Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. In top stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand's Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. The Lake Mead murder case is still under investigation tonight as police reveal new details. They've identified the human remains inside a barrel as a man who wore shoes manufactured in the mid to late 1970s, which used to be sold at Kmart. The barrel was reportedly too heavy to have washed up, and the dropping water levels made it visible. Homicide detectives say that man was shot to death, and they're now expanding the time frame to the mid to late 70s and early 80s. Here in Nevada, officials react to reports the Supreme Court is preparing to overturn a ruling that made abortion legal across the country. Politico says a draft opinion suggests a majority of the justices favor overturning Roe v. Wade. Chief Justice John Roberts verified the draft's validity, but said a final ruling is not expected until late June or early July. Governor Steve Sisolak took to Twitter to respond to the report.
Women should have control over their own bodies. And let me make this perfectly clear. As long as I'm governor of the state of Nevada, I will do everything in my power to protect women's right to choose.
A Supreme Court ruling would not affect Nevada, which codified abortion rights in a 1990 statute. Meanwhile, a plan to expand Governor Sisolak's security detail draws criticism. The Union for Nevada Highway Patrol Troopers is questioning a proposal to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on additions for the detail.
They're very upset that the government and state leaders are going to spend $380,000 roughly for additional security, while the NHP payroll and PERS contributions has still not been addressed.
In a statement, Sisolak's office says the governor is working on getting state law enforcement personnel a raise. In business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. The effort to keep the Oakland Athletics out of Las Vegas gets an informal boost. The staff of a Bay Area commission recommended a rule change that would allow a new stadium to be built at Oakland's Howard Terminal. The change could be approved in a final vote on June 30th, but several other votes would be needed for the new ballpark to be built. Closer to home, as MGM Resorts International plans to buy the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas and sell the Mirage. It's reporting narrowed losses in the first quarter of this year. MGM reports a net loss of $18 million on $2.85 billion revenue. A significant improvement, though, from last year. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every blooming thing. The month of April really blew right by with some wind and lots of dry days. Here's the monthly review for April. If you zoom into Las Vegas, the National Weather Service reports the average temp at 70 degrees, slightly higher than normal. The coldest at 45 and hottest at 91, with below average rainfall. Tonight's condition looking just as dry with temps in the 70s, which should sink into the 60s by midnight. A clear and calm night. On to your Wednesday, a sunny day with a high of 86 and low of 62 degrees. On Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, expect highs to inch up to the 90s with some breezes blowing through. On Sunday, a cold front moves through with gusts getting stronger. In entertainment, a Las Vegas legend is returning to the Strip for one night only. Tom Jones will play a single show at the Encore Theater at Wynn Las Vegas on October 7th as part of his Surrounded by Time tour. Tickets go on sale Friday at Ticketmaster.com. Now that things are getting back to pre-pandemic numbers, that also includes our local theaters. Experts say with the summer blockbuster season on the way, local movie theaters should make quite the comeback. Review Journal's Renee Summerhour has more on the movies that are coming to local theaters that could make going to the movies a weekend activity once again. Renee?
Jen, last summer was supposed to be the rebirth of movie-going, but with many of the biggest titles, including Black Widow, The Suicide Squad, Cruella, and others simultaneously available on streaming services, there wasn't any reason to really leave the house. Now that hybrid release model is no more, that means you'll have to see these summer movies in theaters. With these big titles and many more on the way, movie theaters are once again ready to party like it's 2019.
It's kicking off on time with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness opening Friday. There's some other massive sequels with new Thor, Jurassic World, Top Gun, and Minions movies. Also, unlike the past 2 years of the pandemic, everything is being released only in theaters, which means no more streaming them on opening weekend. You'll need to wait at least 45 days.
Las Vegas has about 20 different movie theaters, so be prepared to see more moviegoers and high box office numbers this summer if you plan to venture back to see movies on the big screen.
Sports, brought to you by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app today. The Las Vegas Aces announced the team has waived rookies Maya Hollingshed and Kayla Pointer, the 8th overall pick and 13th overall pick in the 2022 WNBA draft. Third-round pick Faustine Afua was waived a few weeks ago, meaning only 2 members of the team's 2022 draft class remain on the roster. The Aces season begins Sunday, May 8th against the Seattle Storm at Michelob Ultra Arena. Sports betting, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Drake London is the 5-1 favorite at Caesars Sportsbook to be the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year. Tennessee Titans wideout Treylon Burks and Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett are each 7-1. New York Jets running back Breece Hall is plus 750, and Jets receiver Garrett Wilson is 8-1. Seattle Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker III is 10-1, followed by Detroit Lions wideout Jameson Williams and Titans quarterback Malik Willis at 11-1.
In health, here's an option for teens wanting to stay fit this summer. Planet Fitness is inviting high school students to work out for free at its clubs from May 16th through August 31st as part of its high school summer pass program. To learn more, visit planetfitness.com. In Lifestyle, sponsored by Visit Laughlin, an easygoing getaway filled with good food, good people, and good times on the river. So who's a good dog? Or should we say the best dog? The Animal Foundation held its largest fundraiser of the year at UNLV's Thomas & Mack Center over the weekend. Look at all those well-groomed pups flaunting their stuff. With the Review Journal being a media sponsor, our entertainment columnist John Katsimides was a celebrity judge there. At the end, Brixton, a 5-year-old pit bull, was named Best in Show. It's Teacher Appreciation Week. Earlier today, the Milken Educator Awards founder surprised music teacher Allie June with a $25,000 award.
She's working really hard, and I really appreciate that.
Absolutely honored and flabbergasted, and I cannot wait to continue growing as an educator. I'm thrilled.
June is known for her sense of humor and hard work. Congrats. Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have a Roku device, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you tomorrow for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.